Everybody, so today I'm going to be showing you a bunch of different products from Maskcara Beauty. Maskcara Beauty is the makeup that I sell, and I'll just kind of go into why I decided to sell it. So I started going to Paul Mitchell, and I started to do weddings and homecomings and proms and all this stuff, and I was so sick and tired of asking people to bring their own foundation or wear your own foundation before I come. So I was trying to find a good foundation line that was affordable for me as an artist to buy so I could have a wide range of foundations. Well, I was looking around and I found this Maskcara Beauty line, and little did I know, not only are their foundations absolutely amazing, but they have great eyeshadows, skincare. Just, it's an amazing brand. I'm really happy to be a part of it. I'm happy that I found it, and I really enjoy doing this. So I just wanted to make a video showing each product and why I use it and how I use it. So I hope that this video is helpful. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more about Maskcara Beauty, then just keep on watching this video. Okay, so this is my video to kind of show how to use this mascara brand. I'm using everything today, a few things that I use differently that aren't a part of the Maskcara brand. You can find them at like Walgreens or something. I will list what I use, and I will show you how I use those too. But I'm going to focus more so on this brand just to show everything that we have and what you can use. I just got out of the shower, so my hair is a little bit wet. But every time I get out of the shower or before bed, we have these makeup wipes, just little makeup remover wipes, and they're very gentle. And sometimes my eyes are very sensitive to makeup wipes, like they'll sting or I'll break out. And these have been really nice on my skin. So I do like just using these, and they're pretty cheap too. And just getting all of this leftover makeup on my face, like the mascara I use sometimes sticks on, and the eyelash glue. My hair's a mess. It is very important before applying any type of foundation, even if you're not putting any foundation on, you're just getting out of the shower after washing your face and going. It's very, very important to moisturize your face. Sometimes it feels a little weird when you put moisturizer on before your foundation because you kind of have that sticky feeling. I always put my moisturizer on 20 or 15 minutes before I apply my foundation. That way my skin just absorbs all of that stickiness. We actually have a very, very good moisturizer, and it's Milk. Hold on, I'll zoom in here. This moisturizer, when you push down on it here, it'll push out as much as you need. That way you're not using more than you need and it runs out quickly. I'm just going to be taking this little bit here on my finger, and I'm going to apply it to the spots where I get super dry. I have like it's not like a rash, but I've always had like these little bumps on my skin, and this Milk moisturizer helps it so much. So I'm just going to put it here, and a little bit goes a very long way. And just in like my nose area and on my forehead. Just wipe it all over your skin. And then I'm just going to pat this into my skin. It's very moisturizing, and it's super thick. So I only use a little bit. I do recommend probably using this moisturizer on nighttime instead of doing it before you apply your makeup, just because it has that really thick consistency, and that way it won't take as long for it to absorb and then you put your foundation on. So this is a really good nighttime moisturizer. I just took a shower this morning though, so I'm using it now. So the Milk moisturizer, what I've noticed when I've used it, I have a lot of redness around, like right down here, as I said earlier, around my nose area. Once I've been using this, it really just takes that redness away, like, because I use it probably once or twice a day, typically one time when I get out of the shower. But it's super moisturizing. It doesn't irritate your skin. I break out very easily. That's why I am very particular about what kind of makeup remover wipes I'm using. I've had really good luck with this moisturizer just for it being so good to my skin, and you can really see a difference. I'm obviously breaking out a little bit on my chin right now, but right here used to be really bad and really spotty, and this has really helped just take that away. Okay, so now that this is pretty much moisturized into my skin, I'm gonna go ahead and use our Stay Makeup Setting Spray. So this setting spray is absolutely amazing to keep your makeup long lasting. So if you will be wearing this makeup all day long, this will assure your makeup to stay on and not come off or see it come off a little bit. It's a very good makeup setting spray. Now with these bottles, I've noticed that once I spray it, it squirts super hard on my face. It's just super, it almost feels like it's broken. It's just how fast it comes out. So I like to take it and spray it on my hand just a little bit. I tap my hands together, and I'm just gonna rub this all over my face. And I've learned that patting your skin actually, instead of rubbing stuff into your skin, patting your skin, actually your skin absorbs more of the product you're putting on rather than you rubbing it and smearing it. So if you just lightly pat, especially around your eye area, your skin will absorb the product better. Okay, so now that my face is ready to go to apply my foundation, I had a really hard time understanding this foundation because it's called 3D foundation, and usually I was used to using my old skincare or my old foundation routine. I would use my foundation, my contour stick, and then my concealer. So, oops. Alrighty. So, okay, I would be using these three things, and then that would be my foundation, and then I would put my contour on, and then I would put my concealer on, and then my highlighter. So really, I just was layering over and over and over again on my face, and sometimes that'll lead to your look looking very, very cakey. The whole entire difference with Maskcara Beauty is that instead of wanting to overlay and overlay and overlay, they just made it easier to give you one contour shade and then one highlight shade, a blush, and then an illuminator, which was in that one. Sorry, that was just totally, it would have been cool, but okay. So anyways, if you're still a little bit lost, it'll make sense once I'm doing this. You're gonna have the contour, and the contour is gonna make this 3 shape on your face here. You're gonna have the highlight. The highlight is gonna go everywhere else that the contour is not. The lips and cheek is gonna be the blush. The cool thing about the lip and cheek is that you can use the lip and cheek for your lip and cheek. So the blush, it's all cream, so once you put it on here, you can use the same on your lips. And then the illuminator, I'll go over the illuminator because it's become my favorite thing in the world. We have also a few different brushes. I'm not gonna sit on these for a long time because they're pretty self-explanatory, but my favorite one is gonna be the one that has a flat top here, which I'll zoom in on this. Okay, my favorite one's gonna be the one that has the flat top on this part and then the little perfector right here. So, the cool thing about this brush and the cool thing about this palette is really all you need is a palette that's this big. It is your whole entire foundation routine, plus contour, plus highlight, and plus blush. Then you have one brush in order to complete a full look of makeup. So instead of holding on to all of this junk, you have this and this, which really is so time consuming if you think about it. Having, especially with traveling, you're carrying all that makeup onto the plane, off the plane. You could literally just have one palette with everything in it plus one brush, and you will have your makeup routine completely finished. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with how I do my foundation with mascara. Okay, so I like to use 2 of the light shades because I have some dark circles here. I also have some redness here, so I like to cancel that out by applying 2 different shades. So the key to this is that you don't want to swipe it. It's all cream foundation, which is going to feel a little bit different than normal if you're used to using liquid foundation. So to start, a little bit goes a long way. I'm going to zoom in just a little so you can see. So a little bit does go a long way. I'm going to go ahead and start with my highlight shade. Now think of a highlight shade as more of your foundation, where you're not putting that contour, that 3. So I'm going to be taking this shade here, and I'm just going to go under my eyes. And just kind of go over any blemishes that you see on your face. And as you can see, I'll show how I'm doing this. I am not swiping that, because if I'm swiping all of that, it's going to come on and look very cakey, and just, it's cream, so it's going to look like you're wearing cream. You're going to tap it and tap it onto your skin. As you can see, it's really starting to come on, and you're just going to keep on tapping it everywhere. I always use a lighter highlight shade underneath everything, and then I go in with one of my darker ones. So keep on dabbing this into your skin and move it around. Don't keep on piling it on top of each other, because then it's going to feel a little bit odd. Just keep on blending it into your skin, and you can already see it's starting to cover everything I needed to be covered. Now that I've kind of got all of that figured out, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker highlight, which I use this one. It's pretty orange, but I spray tan a lot, so okay, so I'm gonna go exactly what I did and just do exactly the same thing. And make sure that you don't get too carried away, because this can either be super full coverage, or it can be like just like you're adding a little bit of makeup on. So depending on however much you use, which I know sounds a little bit self-explanatory, it does go a long way. I don't know where we left off because it just stopped. But okay, I do have this big palette because I use this for weddings, proms, homecomings. So I do have a bunch of different foundation shades. That way I don't have to say, you know, put on your own foundation. I have this. But for somebody that is just using this for themselves, would only need four compacts. Okay, so I'm going to use this color for my contour. Again, I'm just dabbing this into my brush, and you're going to go from like right here under your cheekbone to like right about here. But you don't want to bring this dark all the way down to your lip, or it's going to look like your face is drooping. And the whole point of it is to make it look uplifted. You're lifting your cheekbones. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to just make a straight line. Same to the other side. You don't want to make it go everywhere. You want to make this as straight as possible. See that right there and right there. Then do it on your forehead. and underneath the jaw. Okay, so the cool thing, now I have to blend this all out, but the cool thing about this is that you can contour your nose. So contouring your nose can be a little bit difficult, but I like to take, hold on more. So I'll take this part of my brush and I'm going to pinch it like that. And I'm just going to make a line straight down my nose. And then straight down the other side. The straighter the lines, then the more precise your nose is going to look smaller. And I kind of just messed that up, but we'll figure it out. And then here, and then up here. And then take that rest and, oh, okay, alrighty, that's fine. Okay. So I'm just gonna be blending this, blend it upwards so you're not blending it down because we aren't drooping our face, we're lifting it. Up, 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 and then side to side. Same with the forehead. Just blend this up because we're trying to like make our forehead look a little bit smaller. And the whole point of contouring is to add shadows. Like the darkness is adding a shadow to make your face appear whatever, perfect, or whatever you want to call that. With this, I'm just going to go ahead with that perfect little thing. The perfect little brush, and then just blend that out on my nose. Okay, so I just contoured my face with this brush, but with my preference I like to also use the brush that has like a bigger fluffy end and then this bigger fluffy end whenever I put my powder on. So I like to just make sure that it's all kind of, I just like to rub it all out, make sure that I don't have anything splotchy, which I think it looks pretty good right now. Okay. So I'm gonna go, these are my 3 blushes I have. I plan on getting more. I really like Black Cherry a lot, which it actually comes off as like a very pretty, like pinkish color, as you can see that, and blends out pretty well, but I think I'm gonna go for the nude today. I do like bronzer. So with this makeup, it's very I mean, you're skin matching yourself, like it's going to look like your skin. So I like to go in with my bronzer here and just go over my cheeks. Go over my nose. And then my forehead. I kind of just place the bronzer all over my face. There's no necessary like way to put it on, in my opinion. I just like to throw it on. Okay. So that is my face makeup, but I do like to add the illuminator. So we have this pearl illuminator and the honey. I love this one because it's, this one because it's like a rose gold, and honestly, I can't find a highlighter that I like more than this one. So I'm just going to place this right above my cheekbones, and it really is just going to give you that nice little glow. It's not going to give you too much of it, so if you really like a lot of highlight, then I suggest maybe getting like a powder and wetting your brush. But if you like just a little bit of something to make your face glow a little bit, then I would get the cream that we have. I'm not sure if we have a powder, but some good powders that I personally like are like Tarte. They have good powders. So anyways, I'm just placing this on with my fingers. I'm not using my brush just because it's got that little shimmer in it, and I don't want to lose that in my brush. And I like to put it on the tip of my nose and the inner corner of my eyes, and then like right here. If you can just see, it gives you just that like little bit of highlight, nothing too crazy. Okay, and that is my face routine with this. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys our different eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna do an eye look, and then at the end of the video, I hope it just all falls into place and everybody understands it a lot better, because it's taken me a minute. I fill in my eyebrows, but I don't use anything from mascara. I'm going to be honest with you. I use the Maybelline brow pencil. This you can get it at Walmart, Walgreens, any drugstore, and this is my favorite brow pencil. Okay, I'm using my favorite brow pencil in the whole world. Like, I've used Anastasia Beverly Hills, like I've used all of it, and this is, I think it's like $6, and it is the best. So let me scoot in. So that's really all I do for my eyebrows. I don't like to, well, for me personally, I'm going to do a smoky eye and then add a little bit of shimmer on the lid. So always, always, always conceal your eyes. So concealing, just prime your eyelids. I use my Tarte Shape Tape. This is not mascara. You can get this at Sephora, Ulta, look online, Tarte, it's amazing. I love to use this for priming my eyelids, so I just use a little bit on my eyelid. And go ahead and blend it out with a brush. Where it left off again because it just stopped, but okay, anyways, just make sure you blend that out until there's really no creases or anything within that. Now that you have this concealer on your eyelids, you're free to go and dive in with your eyeshadows. So Maskcara Beauty has a eyeshadow brush. It's got the fluffy end here, and then it's got the more precise, more compacted bristles at the end here to put on those shimmer shades, all of that kind of stuff. So I like to use this little furry end for my transition shade. I'll be using this brown shade for the transition shade. It is going, here. It's going to be just a nice little, just something I can set this eyeshadow with, and it's going to give you a little bit of that hooded eye look. And with this transition shade, you're going to find your brow bone and go right underneath it where like your eyeball top is, if that makes sense. I don't know. Just right in here, and you're just going to blend it out. Use these windshield wiper motions that I'm using just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. And this is just a slightly darker brown shade than this one. Honestly, it looks pretty much the same. It's just a little bit darker. It's still in that cool tone though. I'm going to do the same exact thing. It's important to build on color instead of just going, instead of just using like the darkest shade you can find to put on your crease, because then it'll be super hard to blend out, and then that's why it'll look like you have a black eye or something, if you know what I mean. If you put on just like a dark brown, then it's not going to blend out well because of you don't have a good transition shade. The transition shade is going to be there to help blend out those shadows that are tough to blend out. So remember, we use the lightest shade, the middle darkest shade, and then we'll go on to the darkest shade, which is going to be this dark brown here. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to do the same thing, but I'm really going to focus it on the outer corner of my eye, and then when I bring it into my crease is kind of the leftover. So what I mean is I'm going to put it on the outer corner here, and once I feel like that's pretty much off of my brush, then I'm going to start blending it in my crease. So I'm going to take this, it's like a very shiny looking gold here, but it's still pretty neutral. So I'm going to take that, and you can see it's pretty well pigmented. I'm going to place this just on my eyelid with my finger. Pixie Beauty's mascara. I love this mascara. They sent it to me a few months ago and I've not been able to use anything else. Back to our mascara situation. I think that something is going to be coming out soon. I just know that the person, her name's Kara, who is the owner of Maskcara Beauty, wants to make sure that it's like the perfect formula, and so I'm not really sure when that'll be out. Alright, so now that I'm finished with like my eyes and my face and my eyebrows and everything, I'm gonna go back in with this my blush. And the blush that I put on my cheeks is that cream that I showed you guys earlier. I'm just gonna rub my finger on it here, and I'm gonna put this color on my lips. So you can use both colors for your cheeks and lips, which is pretty cool. We have a bunch of different blushes that are on the website that has the link above this video in the caption that you can click on, and you can just zoom through them so you know that you can use them as blush and lipstick, which is pretty awesome. Hold on. Alright. And it's just like, this one at least is a very neutral pink that I think I needed a nude lip with this look because this eye makeup is so dramatic. I just wanted to show a very in-depth tutorial of using this makeup because it is kind of confusing with the foundation and everything, and like there's just little cool things that you wouldn't know about it if you were just shopping online for it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, subscribe to my channel because I will be having more tutorials on this channel posted more frequently. So yeah.